5 players to watch this weekend, folks. It's, apart from a couple of games next week, pretty much the last big weekend of international rugby for 2022, folks, if you're talking about men's 15s. And let's just talk about 5 players to enjoy that kind of one last time. Some of them may be in action because the Springboks are playing next week. May not be quite the last time, but for most of them, it's going to be the last time for the year. Part of this is, we had the World Rugby nominations come out the other day. Some of them are fair enough, and some of them you look and think, guys, come on. So I've been running the numbers. If you want to check out more details with the numbers, I've also written up a piece for Planet Rugby, so check that out down in the description. But happy to work with those guys once again. Let's go with 5 guys in no particular order who you should keep your eye on this weekend. I'm going to start with an Irishman. And to be fair, Ireland, you guys did alright with the old World Rugby nominations, but Tadhg Beirne, nobody's bringing that guy up. He's not getting a look in with the likes of Sexton and Van der Fleer and other guys ahead of him in the kind of glory pecking order. But let's shine the light on the man. The guy is an absolute workhorse. He's the best jackal in the business of 2022 from my count. He's clear for the most turnovers won. I've got him at 14 for the year. I think the next best was like 11. So Tadhg Beirne, absolute thief in the night. And he's that kind of lock, loose forward hybrid player. And he's more effective than most in some areas of the game. I know Maro kind of makes more tackles than him, but Beirne's certainly a more effective ball carrier. He averages 17 metres a game, which is more than the likes of, I'm comparing him to guys like Tadhg, Laws, Scott Barrett, Marcos Kremer. That kind of guy who can slot in second row, back row. Beirne's just he's just a master of what he does. He's got a big boot on him as well. He's been known to put a couple of big kicks. I think he kicked a 50-22 if I'm not mistaken. Couple of line-out steals. Tadhg Beirne, folks. Enjoy when he takes the field against the Australians this weekend. Another one. Another team who did get a guy nominated for the Breakthrough Award, you don't know which Ioane this is yet, was the Italians with Ardie Savea. He got a nomination. But no one talks about Monty Ioane, and I keep bigging the guy up because in a world full of elite level wingers, one of the guys who has the best pure attacking stats plays for Italy, a team which regularly doesn't have that much ball, although they've had a bit more this season. He absolutely kills it. He's the first guy of the tier 1 teams this year for clean breaks, out and out, first spot. For defenders beaten, he's third behind Duhan van der Merwe and Darcy Graham. But they've played more games than him. If you're averaging it per game, and by guys who played more than 5 games, Monty is once again your top guy. He gets almost 80 run meters a game. The guy is an absolute unit for a team that until recently pretty much lost all its games. And he's been doing this for a couple of years now. So I don't know why he's not on the radar. Capuozzo is like the darling. Monty Ioane doesn't really get the love. So another one. Throwing some love at Monty Ioane. If you want to watch Italy this weekend against South Africa, he's up against Cheslin Colby, so that should be a bit of fun. Another one I've gone with, and this guy, he may play next week as well, but Big Eben didn't make the shortlist for World Player of the Year. Big Eben has been an absolute stalwart all season for the Springboks. I don't know how he didn't make the list, personally. Do you want the most dominating presence in the air for rugby in 2022? You're looking at Eben. I think he's second for lineouts won and first for lineout steals. The guy was an aerial master. That used to be Lutz's job, but now it's Eben. His physical presence kind of goes with the territory. But he's got, I think it was 7 defenders beaten for a pure lock. He's not even a lock loose forward. For that season is big numbers because he's a big man. A lot of locks struggle to break tackles because they're such gangly creatures. 3 clean breaks. He's got try assists. Goodness gracious me. 2 try assists from a lock in a regular season. He's first, just in case you're wondering. Yeah, man, Big Eben had a big year. I would have had Big Eben on my list, but there you go. Season's still not over yet. We've got another couple of weeks to get some more love out of Eben. Second last one. Cyril Baille. Nobody shows the props any love. Baille is having a wonderful season. I was wondering, why does Cyril Baille stand out so much? Why is it when you look at him, you're like, he's pretty bloody good? Because props don't stand out that much. It's because he offloads a ridiculous amount. I think that's the one that is eye-catching anyway. He's had, I think, 8 offloads this year. 8. Doesn't sound like that much, but for a prop, the next best guy has 3. I think about 50% of Cyril Baille, not quite, 50% of his passes are offloads, and he's not dropping them. In 7 games, playing a lot of minutes for a French side, which has been pretty dominating. He's only conceded 2 penalties, which for mine is one of your kind of key characteristics for props. Some of the props are easily in double figures, looking at like Genji and Tupou, some of the kind of more dynamic props. But I mean, dynamic, don't get much more dynamic than those offloads. 6 defenders beaten across the season. I think he's got him like 5th overall. So he's right up there, man. He's got a try assist. He's only missed 2 tackles all season. Cyril Baille. Come on, man. Somebody show this guy some kind of love, please. And lastly, you know I'm going to finish with a Kiwi. Ardie Savea. Please, people. How that guy didn't make the list, and you can call me as biased as you want, but the numbers don't lie. Ardie Savea, even when the All Blacks were terrible, had a phenomenal year. For loose forwards, he's clocked up the most run meters by a mile, 420. The next best is 336. And even if you average it out by game, he's still the top guy, ahead of the likes of an Ardie, who also had a phenomenal season. If you're looking for loose forwards with top defenders beaten, it's Savea with 28. The next best has got 21. Try assists, he's got 4. The next best has got 2. I can't even read my handwriting for the last one. What does that say? Something. Oh, tries. He's got 5. The next best has got 4. What do you want, man? He wins turnovers. He makes tackles. Come on, folks. We know it. It's just the selection people don't know. But this is not like an anti-selection video for the World Rugby selections. This is just saying, man, we got some international rugby this weekend. Keep an eye on these guys. You got 1 chance to see them, maybe 2 for the likes of Etzebeth, but I think pretty much for the rest, that's going to be it for them for the year. Enjoy it, folks. Test rugby is a wonderful thing. We're going to have to wait a while to see some more of it. And yeah, check out the Planet Rugby article if you want to see a few more of the deets. Cheers, folks. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.